Perfect. Okay, great stuff. So let's just get started then. So the first thing we need to know, and it sounds really obvious, but who is your audience? Now, I cover this with my premium clients. They come on board with me and in my premium program, and they're not sure really about who they're serving. Okay, it's a bit vague. Now, online, we have to be very, very specific about who we're serving, what result we get people. And once we know that, everything else becomes a lot lighter. The weight's been lifted off our shoulders. And we know with clarity how to add friends and which friends to add. And it's just so much easier. I mean, we all struggle at the beginning. We can all help everybody. But at the beginning, you know, when we're still thinking of starting a coaching business, it's really, you know, it's a little bit of a messy situation when we're trying to find out who we want to serve and what message we need to put out there. But we need to get that really clear, because I see so many coaches online now, like one group I went to the other day, it's called Business Mastery, because it actually means nothing to anybody. And another one was something like the Vibe Creator, which doesn't really mean anything again. So I think you get what I'm saying. But when one thing we do wrong, you know, as coaches at the beginning, or, you know, even when you're well into your coaching journey, is having the wrong audience on your profile. Because one of my clients, she came to me, she had 5,000 friends on her profile, but none of those friends were really relevant to what she was doing. So when she was putting the content out, there was a mismatch, and that nobody was engaging with the content. Now, Facebook's got really stingy with engagement. It wants us to place ads. It wants us to spend our money. So we've got to really work at that. But it's not hard. You know, anybody can do it. It's just consistency. And some content we put out there is not going to resonate, and others messages do. But that's what we kind of work towards, getting that right message. We can't get that unless we know our audience. So when you really define who your audience is, you know, I'm going to cover 6 ways of adding friends any minute now. You'll know exactly what to do, and it won't be difficult. So having the wrong friends on your personal profile will affect your group growth, because you're not going to be able to migrate them over, because they're not going to understand what you do. Your message is not going to be aligned. And the second thing I find is not having a really clear idea of the offer and the framework of coaches' programs. So if you're not sure what result you get people, and you're not sure of the framework of your program, and you haven't got a clear picture of how you're going to get your client from 0 to hero in your phases within your program, again, you're going to struggle with your group, because your group, your members won't really know what you're offering. They won't know how to graduate out your group. You know, they'll stay in your group, they'll live in your group. And that's not what we want. We want people to have a clear, defined offer, and they need to understand what you do and what your paid program is all about. And that's just a clear message, a clear audience, and a clear result. And it sounds obvious, but I would say 70% of groups out there haven't got this bit right. But when we have, you know, things can really take off, because then we can develop a system. So the third thing is getting a daily system implemented into your business that you can use consistently every single day. And, you know, like maybe have a Sunday off, but you use it every single day, and it builds the group. Okay, on autopilot, there's manual intervention. You know, we step in at the right time because we want that human contact, and we have those conversations on a human level, because people buy off people. But if you haven't got a system in place, so I want to ask you now, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Who knows their audience? So if you do, put audience, like a thumbs up, you know your audience. And who knows what their offer is? Okay, who knows it? So if you do, just place offer below if you know what your offer is. So if you know what your audience, your offer is. But more importantly, I just want to get to the bottom of this one. Have you got a system in place that brings you in clients consistently from your group? Okay, a daily system to follow, that you're not guess wondering what to do. You know, it can be a minefield. And if you kind of walk away for a week and then come back a week later, you haven't got that system in place. So like a non-growing group is a dying group. We want to see our group growing by like at least 25 members a week to be able to monetize it. Because when it's growing, the most engaged members are the newest members.